Konnichiwa, hello and welcome. This is Ninjazola90 here, and today I will be reviewing the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla King of the Monsters King Ghidorah 2019 figure here. And yes, this is a really awesome, super cool figure from the Monsterverse, of course. But although I did have to make some unfortunate modifications to the membranes and the mounts, and yeah, I do have a QC issue in one of the heads on mine, but still in all, I still have some positive things to say about this figure, and I am definitely looking forward to reviewing this one for you guys today. So with that said, let's get things started. And now, here we have the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla King of the Monsters King Ghidorah figure right here before us in all of his evil three-headed monster space alien glory. As you can see, this is a really cool, highly detailed figure. I can tell that Hiya Toys put a lot of time, effort, and work into sculpting this figure, and in picking all the right articulation points. I really do appreciate this one. And yeah, by far this is not only cheaper than the SH Monster Arts versions of these figures, it's also a lot lighter. It's more playable. You know, it has, I would say, just a better range of articulation overall. It's not as heavy, although I did have to make some unfortunate modifications to this one. I already said that at the beginning of this video, and that being the membranes inside the mouths on the side of the jaws, because that kept getting they kept coming out of place and making the mouths get stuck open. So I had to do something about that, and I had to do the same thing on my gravity beam. Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic King Ghidorah, but they are releasing a new and improved 2019 Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic King Ghidorah, and that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to. As far as the SH Monster Arts line, yeah, I think I'm going to be stepping away from that for right now. I know I had that poll question out about whether you guys wanted me to get the SH Monster Arts Godzilla -1 normal color version or the SH Monster Arts Scar King. I had to cancel those plans because I just can't see myself supporting those types of business practices anymore. It's especially you know, if they're going to keep charging those ridiculous prices for SH Monster Arts figures and not improve on the quality at all whatsoever. Yeah, it's getting kind of pointless. At least I would have to say Hiya Toys is putting in their best effort, and they are making their prices a lot more reasonable. So technically, with that news out of the way, I will now be getting into detail and articulation with this figure, starting with the heads and then working my way to the lower body portion of the figure, and then getting into the wings and the tail and the back of this figure. Because unfortunately, this figure is just way too big for me to, you know, review all in one cut. So I'm gonna have to cut to different portions of the body. So I hope that goes good. So with that said, let's get started. And now, getting things started with the upper body portion of the figure, starting with the heads. As you can see, the head sculpts are very movie accurate. We have all those cool looking horns that King Ghidorah has, and yeah, we even have that battle damaged horn right there. That's why that one is shorter than the rest, and that is also a detail that is present on the SH Monster Arts versions of these figures, which I previously reviewed my special color version, so that one does have that detail as well. We can see all those finer details on all three of the heads, if I can bring it up. And yeah, just looking at that. He looks very fearsome and mean. Looks like an evil space monster you don't want to mess with. And of course, if I bring him around, turn him to the back, we can see, like I said, I pointed this out on the SH Monsters version, but I'm going to point it out here as well. The two side heads, single row of spikes going down the neck. The middle head, double row of spikes going down the neck. So yeah, that is definitely a detail to keep in mind about this King Ghidorah. And yeah, I'm accidentally scratching my TV behind here, but that TV needs to be replaced anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about that because I already got marks in it I accidentally made, but not from a figure. But anyway, we can see the he has a snake-like underbelly going from the top of all three of his necks, and yeah, that's a QC issue in the head. I have a warped ball joint socket, but I might just fix that with some super glue and just glue that on there, so it's not going to be a problem. But anyway, as we can see this snake-like underbelly going from the top of the chins all the way down to the chest, to where it goes all the way down to the barbed tips of his tail. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see him in a dark alley. But anyway, yeah, he's gonna be way too big to fit in a dark alley anyway. But anyway, there we go, saying anyway again. But getting into articulation now. Of course, the jaws can open and close. Like I said, I did mention that I had to go snippy on the membranes with a nail clipper because they kept getting stuck, but you can still see some details of the membranes in there, and it still looks really good. So yeah, it's not something I'm going to gripe about, and I hope that is an issue they correct on the new edition they have coming soon. And if I can graft them, oh boy, yeah, trying to get that tongue. Okay, give me 1 second, I gotta pause the video. Okay, I'm back. I just had to get the proper tool to, not this one, the proper tool to get these tongues down because they're stuck. Get me my handy dandy pocket knife, but I'm using the fingernail file side, so I don't know, I'll just take that. So yeah, there we go. Now we got all three of those tongues down. You could also use the gravity beams with this one as well if you place them on the tongues, but yeah, one of my gravity beams from the gravity beam version is broken. Now, actually, I'm not complaining because I actually got the gravity beam version for free because I reported this QC issue to Big Bad Toy Store, and yeah, they gave me some store credit and I got the gravity beam version for practically nothing. So yeah, that's why I'm not complaining, because Big Bad Toy Store took care of me relatively well. But anyway, getting into articulation, we have some good articulation segments in the neck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 articulation segments, and we have, it's practically, I believe, yeah, 9 across the board. The middle head is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's practically the same amount of segments per head, so it's no different than the other. Except for maybe this one, I might have to glue that down because yeah, that's just being a major pain in the rear end for me right now. But yeah, but your mileage is gonna vary, and it's probably not gonna be the case with yours. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a whole nother one until like the new edition comes out. But if you do look at this one, it is really well detailed, and especially if you get a good look at those teeth in there, you could see those really sharp, scary looking three-headed alien, three-headed dragon monster teeth that he has, looking really nice. And we can also see those very fearsome, menacing eyes like King Ghidorah has as well on all 3 of those heads. Looking really nice. And now, getting more into articulation with the heads, we can bring the heads out about that much. We can move them forward and back like so. Same is true with the middle head as well. And we can rock it all the way around like so. And now getting it to the lower body portion of the figure, and then the tail, and then the wings. So let's get started with that. Now moving right along down to the lower body portion of the figure. Now, of course, this figure does come with a plethora of stands, but unlike the SH Monster Arts version, this one does not necessarily require the stand in order to stand them up, because yeah, it's light enough and pliable enough to stand on its own. So that is definitely a definite plus, which yeah, I gotta give Hiya Toys all the credit in the world where credit is due for that. Thank you very much, and also thank you for not setting these figures at a price range to where they are wreaking havoc on our bank accounts. That's another thing, amount of credit I have to give to Hiya Toys with their Exquisite Basics line. But anyway, leg articulation, we can spread out about that much. We can bring it in about that much. We can rotate it that much, that forward and then back. Same is true with the other side. I know the articulation is a bit stiff, and I know I probably could have hit this with a hairdryer. I mean, just use a hairdryer on it to heat it up to get that articulation going a little bit more fluently, but it's fine. I'm not going to use a hairdryer every time I take these off my shelf. So anyway, we have a hinge right here at the knee, and we can also a hinge at the ankle. We also have a hinge in the knee as well. Yeah, so as you are seeing, and we have a hinge in that ankle as well. And that lower leg, I guess, ankles are here. Okay, and we do have a ankle swivel. We can swivel that foot all the way around a full 360, like so. So let me swivel it, and we can rock it forward and back on a ball joint as well, as you are seeing. And we do have some pretty good, cool looking sharp detail in those feet and in the legs, especially in the stomach area, the chest area of the figure. We can see that snake underbelly going down into the chest, and we can see all his scales, and we can feel them, and they feel really cool. Yeah, so far so good. Now let's get a fuller view of this. Well, actually, I forgot. I was about to get into the wings. Yeah, good thing that crossed my mind, because yeah, I would have had to film this all over again, because we have, let me back it up a little bit, some good articulation in the tail, and as you can see, we do have those barbed tips like King Ghidorah has, and they are very sharply sculpted, looking really nice. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 segments, 10 articulation segments in the tail. Yeah, I'm trying to count this carefully because I'm trying to count it accurately. And we can move them all sorts of ways. Like we can rock them up and down like so. We can move them out and back in, and we can even crisscross them if we want to. So tail articulation with these figures are really good. Although I'm going to put this out there, when you first get these figures out of the box, especially in the tail area, do make sure you heat them up really well, like thoroughly, really well, because yeah, this is going to be the biggest pain in the booty part to get on this figure properly. I kid you not. I'm just letting you know now because, yeah, I had a hard time with both this one and my gravity version. But anyway, guys, it is now time to get into detail and articulation with the wings. So let's get to it. And now getting more in depth with articulation with the wings. But first going over detail, as you can see, we have all the finer details. We can see all the veins and stuff in his wings looking really cool. I like how they did like some of that darker wash on him too, looking very realistic. We can see like the inner frame where his bones connect to the fleshy parts of his wings to where they spread out and just look really awesome and cool. And we also can see how he has these bony spike protrusions on his wings as well, although not as sharp as what they are on the SH Monster Arts version, but they are pretty pointy nonetheless. This is not something I would give to a kid, though. Just keep that in mind. These are not for kids. And we have all those bony spike protrusions, and even his toes are pretty pointy. So yeah, that's why I said not for kids. We do have some good articulation points in the wings, but first we're going to see how well they flap forward. And as you can see, they flap forward pretty well because we do have a hinge joint here, which is good, and we do have a hinge joint here, which is also good. We do have these smaller wings at the bottom, which they can also move independently. Ouch, I'm like so. This one does feel a little loose, so I gotta be careful. And also, you could put this one in ground walking, in a ground walking pose, but I'm not gonna do that. I still can't get it right, but I can try. You can, yeah. You can, you can pull apart the wings. It does take some finagling, but you can get it like so. I'm just gonna show you guys. I might actually put them in the. I might actually be doing it right this time. I don't know. And yeah, let's just connect the wings here. Yeah, and here. Alrighty. Okay. Let's do this, and then, oh boy, do that, and let's, oh boy, bring him. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm accidentally hitting my my camera, but anyway, I think I'm doing it right this time. Looky at this cookie, and yeah, let me bring my camera down. Yeah, I actually think I got him in a good ground walking pose now. Look at that. First time I actually got him in the ground walking pose. Wow. And I barely was even trying. And I got it. I'm actually proud of myself for that. I actually did something cool. Finally, I got him, yeah. I think these figures are overall awesome. Way better than what you're going to get with the SH Monster Arts versions, and I, as much as I say it, like I said, I am definitely on the fence with SH Monster Arts because I feel like especially with the Godzilla line, yeah, and Kaiju figures in general, I just feel like we've just been paying way too much for what we've been getting. Like, honestly, I can't say that I'm the only one in the collecting community that has been feeling the burn and feeling the pressure with that. Believe you me, I am not, and I know a lot of you guys feel the same way as well. But anyway, yeah, getting a good look. Yeah, finally got him in the ground walking pose. Looking cool. Yeah. Now let's see if I can get him back in his regular like I usually display him. Okay, alrighty. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this on camera so you can see me finagle with this figure. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually more happy and more satisfied with this one than the SH Monster Arts special color version that I have. Despite the fact that I had a QC issue with the top hand and the left neck, and I had to clip the membranes, but overall, as far as what you're getting with these, I'm not complaining. This is not bad for about 115, 100, like 110, I think, 15. Like, I know, like, the new one's like around like 120 because they had to make some modifications and improvements, but I don't mind paying like $10 more because these are overall good. And the best of all, they're not falling apart like the SH Monster Arts figures. So that's one definite plus I have to give to Hiya Toys Exquisite Basics. So now, with that said, since I have been running my mouth way too much, I am now going to be getting into my final verdict. So let's get to it. And now for my final verdict on the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 King Ghidorah figure here. If I have to give this one a score based on detail, articulation, and playability, I have to give them a one-handed drum roll, a solid, well-deserved 4.5 stars. Why? Number one, I do have to take points off because I did have to clip the membranes, so I did have to make modifications. I'm not taking points off for this issue right here because that's just mine. That's not an issue across the board. Yours may vary. But I think the overall detail really captures King Ghidorah's look from the 2019 Legendary Monsterverse movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Not to get that movie confused with the 1956 theatrical version of the original Godzilla. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys in the fan base already know where I'm going with that. But anyway, like I said, detail is good. Paint apps, very movie accurate. Definitely got to give them all credit where credit is due for that. Articulation with this figure is done really, really well. This is not top heavy like the SH Monster Arts version. This is a lot lighter. He does come with stands. I know I didn't bring that out for review, but you don't necessarily need them. They're not necessarily required to display this one. And yeah, this one overall has all the playability that you're actually paying for, unlike the SH Monster Arts version. I'm not trying to, put SH Monster Arts down or talk bad about the brand or anything, but I just think, for the prices we've been paying for those, like, they seriously need to either do better or lower their prices. Not kidding. But anyway, I like I said, my thoughts on this is very positive. I can't, there's really no point for me to come down very hard or very strict on Hiya Toys Exquisite Basics, especially for the lower price point we're paying. But we're actually getting something better for our money, and that's one thing I have to give them is finally we have a company that's stepping up to the plate and giving SH Monster Arts a run for their money, and basically charging us a lot less, which yeah, like I said, if Hiya Toys Exquisite Basics gets the green light to be sold in Japan, I guarantee you, like SH Monsters is, yeah, they might not be doing so hot on the market afterwards. But anyway, that's probably why they don't want to give Hiya Toys the license to sell in Japan, because yeah, the Bandai Namco knows they're gonna get stomped into the ground, and that's why. But anyway, I really like this figure. Thoughts is positive, so you know, if you want to get this one, it's highly recommended. Price point is it might be a little pricey for some people, but to me, it's definitely not bad for what you get. So anyway, guys, that pretty much concludes it for this review. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, stay safe, God bless, take care, and peace out.